Yeah, we're here back again. 3 reasons why. The CDP 209. Back with another show here to talk about sports. But first, it's summertime again. About to get hot out here in this desert in Las Vegas. And I'm CDP 209, Las Vegas. Born and raised out in California. And I'm here with my folks.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the 209 Tiger. Hope y'all been well. I'm here with.
Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy Common Sense Marcus in the building. Straight from my mama. You talk about hot, man. That Vegas heat is sun, but this Texas heat, I don't know about it yet, but I don't like it. Anyways, we're gonna give it to you hot like fajitas. That Tex-Mex. Let's go.
Right now, as it stands in the NBA playoffs, the Warriors are up 3-0. Miami is up 2-1 on the
2-1,
Boston
2-1.
Celtics. So if I was you, if you had money that you could spare, now is the time while you can get some better odds on the Boston Celtics. Put that money on Boston to win the series and put the money on Boston to win the NBA final. But
So
now
what
let's
he's
shift. Go
basically
ahead.
what
Go
he's
ahead,
saying
Mark.
to a blackjack analogy, if the dealer's got 10 showing and you got a 5, take the hit. He said, take that hit.
There
Double
it
down
is.
on it. How you
There
gonna
it is.
still ride with that Boston shit, man? That's what I want to know.
Boston, Boston's finding their way. Boston is just that team they've never won before, so they're in the process of learning how to win. That's why I see so many careless mistakes with them. But they will, like I said, they're gonna give Miami. They match up well with the Warriors. Like
Who
the
Miami
Warriors can't.
does?
The Warriors aren't going to be able to hide on defense because Boston has a lot of two-way players. Everybody on Boston plays both ways. Smart, Tatum, Brown, Horford, the tall Williams, and then the Williams off the bench. Like these dudes play both ways. It's not like Golden State where it's like Curry don't play both ways, Poole don't play both ways, Draymond don't play both ways. Wiggins and Clay are kind of the two that can play offense and defense. So it's going to be a good matchup. I know people are going to see that in the finals after they get rid of Miami and be like, man, you know,
So
like
updates. You riding down with your pick. All right, we got you. It's still Boston at 7, right? Or Boston at 6.
I still think they can get them in 6.
Oh, that's 3 straight. But hey, you heard it. You heard it here.
I mean, Jimmy Butler's over here talking about he's going to try to give it a go or he intends to play. So I could see 3 in a row.
All right, fuck that. I think I said Miami at 6 originally. I've been texting them, obviously saying Miami at 5 jokingly. Shout out to Larry, came through. Motherfucker's a championship player. Shout out to PJ Tucker. He was out there, OG, doing it too. Just the veterans, just grinding. So if Butler says he think about playing, that's good enough for me. But this is all about Jason Tatum. You're a superstar. And don't get me wrong, I got no, stake in the game. I'm a Laker fan, but I just want I personally coming after Jason Tatum now because you put him on superstar status a few shows back. And he scored like 10 points in that game.
Yeah, last game
Had
he
like
scored
5
10.
rebounds. I don't know what was his stats. You gonna make me look up his stats.
He had a bad game last game.
But he's a superstar.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Well,
mean,
hey, I
hey,
don't see it. I don't believe it.
when KD was getting swept and getting shut down by one man, Jason Tatum, I didn't hear nobody saying KD wasn't a superstar.
Wait, one man? Because I thought you said they had a lot of two-way players. Marcus Smart, Al Horford.
Yeah, but one guy guarded KD though.
Oh yeah, hey. I mean, Kyrie didn't step up. Let's, the team didn't match up well. KD
But
didn't want to be there, or Kyrie didn't want to be there. I don't know.
but even
Boston
though
played a lot better too. They swept the shit out of them.
but even though Jason Tatum held Kevin Durant to his worst playoff series, stat wise in his history, we agree Kevin Durant's a superstar.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. So he had 4 bad games.
I'm not
Tatum
saying.
had a bad game.
Okay. But I won't even go to more comparison like that. I just can't put Tatum on that superstar level yet. But saying that, I still got Miami in 6. They're just two. You talking about matchup? Well, Miami got two-way players too, and as long as Bam plays like he played last game, it should be no problem. And as long as Al Horford don't have, out of his mind game, which I don't see him having that, Marcus Smart's going to be up and down. Hero's a key factor. I still think Miami in 6. Unfortunately, I expected more out of Luka and the Dallas Mavericks than the 3-0 that they're down, or 0-3. That seems over. So it's going to be a Miami Warriors final, which I had, but I had Dallas putting up a fight. I don't know about you, CDP. Do you see this superstar? Because me right now, it's just about Tatum. I'm just trying to shoot him out the sky. Do you see the superstar shit? He's really good though. He's really good. The boy's good. He's great.
I think like we gotta see after these playoffs before he get blessed like with the superstar label. Yeah, he's a star though, he definitely. But I just like just like everybody else, like you gotta do something. You know what I mean? You gotta to get that superstar blessing. You know what I mean? But like like win MVPs or scoring titles and shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. He's one step. He got some potential to retire a superstar, definitely. But as far as who's winning this series, shit, I don't know, man. I don't know. These games, man, against the Heat and the Celtics, they go down to it's either a blowout or it go down to the wire. So I don't know, really.
It seems like
Butler's hurt. I guess Tatum's hurt now.
Smart's turned his ankle the last game.
He was jacked up, so he playing on full heart. And I think he already had a bad shoulder. I don't know, man. This one, I don't know. Dive out to be a better. There's 2. I would probably go with the Heat. Just as if I was a better. But I don't know. I don't know about that one. And over on the West Coast, I got the Warriors. Warriors gonna take that. Everybody on fire over there. Like wherever the ball go, whoever release it. It's like Dallas be up by like 20, and I'll be like, what quarter is it? Oh, it's the fourth quarter. Most teams, this game over with. Oh,
Miami would get swept against the Warriors. Like that wouldn't even be watchable.
The Warriors.
Maybe that's why I hate Tatum, because you ain't putting no respect on Butler's name, man. Swept.
I love Jimmy Butler, but they act like that fool's 93 Jordan. Like I said, it's like he's cool. He'll give you, he'll give you games.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying like the ceiling is higher with Jason Tatum than it is Jimmy Butler. Like he's already where he's at. Like he'll never be a superstar. He'll be like what they say, like a pound for pound. He impacts the game in different ways, but he's not an offensive juggernaut like that. Like game 1, he had like 20 free throws. So it's not like he was out there putting moves on cats. They was calling ticky-tack fouls, sending them to the line. But this series, to me, it's hard to predict because one team just jumps way out in front every game. I think it's going to be the same they play tonight. I think Boston's just going to jump out to a lead and then close it. But I just don't trust Miami because they're always talking about that they're dinged up. Like I'm waiting on Bam to talk about like something with him or something because he's the next one. Lowry's like he's dinged up out of nowhere. Like I didn't even see anything happen to Jimmy Butler. He said he had knee inflammation. Like knee inflammation.
The whole team.
So it's like if he doesn't play, like he helped them jump out to a 25-point lead last game. Now, if he's not coming out to help them give a a similar cushion, they're going to get ran off the court because they just don't score enough. And that's why I could see them lose 3 games in a row. Because if there's something wrong with Jimmy Butler, then yeah, they're going to score like 80 points. They'll probably get to like 85 points without Jimmy Butler.
So that's how Jimmy Butler impacts the game that much, because he's a superstar.
Well, he's the only dude who can get his own shot on Miami, really. Like Bam, like I'll give it to Bam. He's finding spots and he's hitting nice little touch shots. And he came up big for him last game. That was probably the best game I've ever seen Bam play. Besides, I think it was like one of the games against the Lakers or something in the bubble, maybe.
That's the best I've ever seen him play, yeah.
But they don't have two-way players like that. Tyler Hero can't play defense. So who you gonna have Tyler Hero guard? Because Tatum can get his own shot, Brown can get his own shot, Smart can get his own shot. That's why that guy Duncan Robinson that they signed to that big contract, he can't play because he can't defend. And that's what I'm saying with Boston. Their guys play offense and defense, so they don't have to go dig into their bench like a whole lot. They might get 1 or 2 guys. And those 1 or 2 guys are kind of like they're shooters, but they play good defense. Or like Grant Williams. He can get hot, but he's also putting a body on somebody. Outside of Jimmy Butler and Bam, what's the guy? Max Strauss? Max Strauss? Max Strauss? Like, come on. That's not a two-way player. Kyle Lowry, he can barely play, let alone play 2 ways.
They got the OG on Tatum, though.
Yeah, and like I said, PJ Tucker's making him work, but that's not a 2-way player. He's not going to score for you. So it's like
10 or whatever.
Without Jimmy Butler, you're going to lose all these battles because the guy holding Tatum is going to hold him to something, but he's not going to score. The guy holding Brown is going to hold him some, but he's not going to score.
I'm going to try to break this down in a few ways. Look, I'm going to hit you with the hypothetical. If Boston loses tonight, is the series over? Miami takes it.
No.
No. You got so much faith. Look at that faith. All right. So, you said KD, you said this nigga Tatum swept KD. That's what made him great, right? Your superstar in your brain swept him.
I'm not saying that's what made him great. I'm saying
what else did he do?
I'm saying is, well, then what? After that, he took out the Greek Freak.
No, I'm saying this year. He did that this year only. Before. What else has he done before?
He's been to like 2 conference finals.
So in your mind, he's you know what I'm saying?
He went to a conference final in the bubble, even though the bubble doesn't count, but they lost.
Jimmy Butler was in the finals in the bubble though.
Yeah, but like you said, the bubble really don't, like that is what it is. Players don't consider that real like that.
I'm just saying, like,
or according to Pat Bev.
We said that we acknowledge KD as a superstar and Tatum swept his ass. And I started thinking, like, I think LeBron got swept in the playoffs. My nigga Kobe, I believe, got swept in the playoffs. And I'm thinking that these other teams, like what I say, Amari Stoudemire, this superstar. Nah, he had Nash. They had a good team that swept the shit out of the Lakers. That hurt. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, Tatum, my point of bringing all that up is he's not quite there. The boy's good.
Basically,
put some respect on Butler's name. You said
I would say,
will get 85. They had no shot without Butler. You're saying Boston has a shot without Tatum.
No. Oh, no. If he has a bad game, they can't win. It works.
It goes like, both ways.
But what I'm saying is Tatum is the Boston is a real balanced team. Tatum is their best player. Jaylen Brown is like, he's not a star to me. Like he's a cool running buddy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because he'll have a game once in a while, but he's pretty much like, like 20 points around. Like he's not really like a 30-point guy, but he's not like a 16-point guy. He's like a 20, 24-point maybe. Like, catch him on a good day. But Tatum's he's never gonna have he won't lead the league in scoring probably ever, because that's just not the way Boston's offense is. Like, it's not like it's not like where you could see Kevin Durant, where it's like one main option, and then it's like he gets the green light to shoot all the time. So he like, but he also impacts the game defensively. He's running their offense to a degree. You know what I mean? He's facilitating. It's like he's doing a lot for Boston that doesn't get seen. But he had a bad game last night. He's rebounding
He did
tonight.
have a bad game. We're all deserving to have a bad game. It happens to the best of us. I just think, I don't know what it is. Now, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's bias now on my side because I feel like you put bias on his side. You said he went to 2 conference finals, but not the bubble, the one where Jimmy was in the thing. Plus, Jimmy was holding it down in Chicago. Jimmy was holding it down in Philly. Jimmy, you know, a vet for a reason. He proved it. So my question is, what did Tatum prove really to make you be like superstar?
He has offensively, I think his game can get to like, you know what I mean, to that level.
It could. Huh? It could get to.
Yeah, but I'm like, he's a whole package though. That's what I'm saying is like he does a lot of things that makes him special to me or a superstar. Like, is he like Jordan? Like, is he gonna put up like 60? I mean, he's put up 50 already a couple times, but it's like,
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I just wanted to paint you into a corner. The boy Tatum is good. He's an all-star. He might be a champion this year or next year. I just wanted to paint you in a corner, like, put some respect on Butler's name, man. You know.
He's good. Jimmy Butler's real good.
It's fucked up. We can't talk more about the Warriors and the Dallas game because that shit's over. Luka, I would say Luka needs help, but he's getting help. I don't know if it's not defense. I mean, I don't know what's happening over there. They got too many shooters, obviously, on the Warriors side, you know. But
Warriors, like I was saying earlier, we could be up 20 on the Warriors. They got more than 5 minutes left. You're in trouble still. You gotta play the Warriors like you down 10 from the beginning of the game all the way to the end of the game. You gotta play it.
If your game plan is to outshoot the Warriors, then you better not miss, because you know that's what it seems like with Dallas. Everything with them is like just jump shots. Like, you got to kind of slow the game down, slow the pace down, throw it inside. But
Dallas need to be playing Luka in the post from the beginning of the game. Just have him posting up, just pounding them niggas out. Pound them out, make them work on defense. So make them too tired to be down there running around shooting. That's what they need to be doing. But Luka get to talking shit and all kind of shit in the beginning of the game because it be on fire, and then Draymond Green be like, "What? What, nigga? What'd you say?" And there you go. He done stripped the beehive. He come down, hit a half-court three-pointer. It's over with. And everybody start going off. Poole come off the bench with his little shit that he doing. Wiggins dunk on somebody. It's over. Everybody going crazy.
I mean, they loaded. That's why I don't like the fact that Kirby fucking crying every time he don't get his way. Like, oh, man, the code. He was crying last night like this should have been a flagrant 1 foul or whatever. But the real winners of this NBA, whoever is the hand behind the NBA, they most likely going to have the Warriors versus Miami or Boston, which is, you know, hey, Miami was Miami and the Lakers a couple years ago. And, you know, anytime you have Boston in the finals, that's good. And you got the Warriors money. You know, you're going to have money flowing is what I'm trying to say. So good for the hand behind the NBA.
I do think at some point, like, that might come into play, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of the behind the scenes, because like I said, Boston to me is like the new wave on the East. So it's like at some point you got to showcase that, like, okay, well, dude, Kevin Durant's getting old. I mean, I'm not saying he can't come back and they can't win the title next year or something, but you got to start marketing, you know, that you've already put Luka on full display. You got to start putting some more of the Ja Morants, the Devin Bookers, the guys who ain't make it. Well, then you got to focus on, you know, the ones you got right there.
That's true. And don't get me wrong, the Boston did beat Milwaukee, the champs. And to be the champs, you got to beat the champs. So we'll find out. And other sports moves, y'all seen it, man. Y'all heard it, you know. The great Saint Nick out there running his fucking mouth. What's y'all thoughts on that, man? Y'all want to lay that out for the people? What happened?
Yeah, he was well, it was at a Alabama like booster event or something like that. I thought it was like at one of their little, like banquets or something. And he was talking that shit, I think, and he was like, "Oh, well, Texas saying because now they're losing out in recruiting classes recently to like I think Texas A&M and Georgia." Um, and so he was saying like, "Oh, well, they, Texas A&M bought every player," and I guess he was saying the recruit Dion signed got $1 million, which when Dion found out, he went off like, hold on, he picked the wrong one. So he was letting them have it, talking about that ain't never happened. So now Nick Saban's kind of painted himself in a corner where it's Jimbo Fisher was heated. Jimbo Fisher was like, I seen his press conference. He was laying into him. He was like, I don't want that fool to call me. Like that fool is me and him are done. He don't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like that was it. Jimbo Fisher was
for
like,
a few people who may not know, college athletes are supposed to be non-paid, and forever everybody knows below board they're getting paid, and now lately they've been getting paid above board. So Nick Saban is saying that everybody else is paying their teams more than us, I guess, right? And
no, I think he's just saying like, well, maybe. Like I said, it's hard to say. Basically, he's just saying like, yeah, I don't know if he's saying they're outpaying us, or if he's just making those like, oh well, like they're paying everybody and we're not paying everybody.
he made that classic mistake of, oh, my grass ain't green, but look at that green grass over there. And Joe Fisher was like, motherfucker, snapped on him.
So Dion, if you go on YouTube and go to the show I Am Athlete, Dion responds to that question, and he kind of explains it to them how he really felt about it. But one thing Dion said on there, I've seen that response. Dion was like, well, first of all, we don't even got $1 million. And second of all, imagine that if us giving a student $1 million would destroy that student's career for the future for him. Like, imagine being an 18-year-old getting past $1 million from the jump. Your hunger to get better in that sport will be gone. You know what I mean? It'll be over with. Like, I got $1 million now. I don't, you never seen $1 million, so you don't know what $10 million would be. Only some people will still have that hunger. Okay, I got $1 million. 10.
A quick question: you think they still should get paid though, right?
They do get paid. They got
They got $1 million because I'm like, hey, $1 million might crush my drive, but
Deion Sanders
boosters or them TV deals. Somebody making billions off these kids, so
Deion Sanders' son got like a $2 million or a $2 million sponsor right now. You know what I mean? So if athletes, that's more motivation for them athletes to come in because they can get paid and they can collect the money through sponsors. They can get a shoe. They could get a whatever. You know what I mean? But Nick Saban, he just say that shit like Carl said. He just popping his shit, and he didn't think it was gonna get out of hand like this. And this is another thing. Like you gotta watch what you say sometime on that camera. You know, he been the top shit for so many years, so he thought he just got a wake up call. Like
that's what
they say that right there.
That's what I think it is too. Oh, sorry. That's what I think it is too. Is like he just lost a national title. Like he's been struggling the last 2 out of 3 years. I think he won 1 out of the last 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. So he's up there. It's still Saint Nick, but it ain't niggas is coming. It ain't the same like it used to be, and he feels that pressure. So he's like, yo, it ain't me. It's y'all niggas. Y'all ain't feeding me. And then like you said, you make that mistake and you start name dropping, thinking niggas ain't recording you nowadays. Like, oh, I got him. You know, he tripping.
Well, back, before this name, image, and likeness, money, it was about like who had the best facilities, who gave me the best shot to make it to the NFL, who's gonna give me the best money under the table that nobody knows about. Like, so it was
That's
like, oh,
girls, whatever. Yeah.
yeah, the Alabamas, the Ohio States, they all got the top of that. But now with this name, image, and likeness, it's to a point to where everybody can get some. And I think Nick Saban was trying to say like, yo, as the boosters, you know, hey, we gotta break a little more bread, like we need you to dig into those wallets and help us get some of these recruits so we can beat Georgia and beat Texas A&M. Because in football, all sports, basketball, but faster in football, the landscape changes very quickly. It changes so quickly. I think Nick Saban knows, like, okay, they're beating us. Now they're taking our players. Pretty soon they're going to be the dominant school. We're going to be like the everybody else, like how it was. It was who's going to win the title? Alabama or the field?
Yeah.
And if Georgia gets cooking, if they get a couple of these high quarterback prospects that can produce, if you could keep the quarterback train going, because they're going to keep the defensive train going, the offensive line train, the running back train, like they're going to keep all that going. It's Georgia. It's the SEC, Georgia and Alabama, but it's really like who's going to hit on the quarterbacks and everything else.
No, yeah, I totally agree with you. I think he was just like desperation, like you said, like he's just chip in his armor. It's not the same. It's not like, look at me, I'm untouchable. He's falling apart and wanted to deflect some of that, and some of that obviously is money. Like, hey, money rules the world, and it's just funny, like you said, bringing up Deion's name. I like the way he responded. He was like, man, paying that receiver $1 million. I don't even get paid $1 million. How the fuck I'm gonna give this receiver $1 million? That made me laugh. I don't know if it's true or not, but that made me laugh.
Yeah, like let's say
Deion told his writer or whoever, spokesperson, whatever, he said, I want to respond professionally. He said, first of all, I had to sit back and think on it. So I just want to jump out because he said, you jump out, you say shit stupid out of anger. So he said after I calmed down, he called the spokesperson. He said, I want to respond to him intelligently, professionally, but I still want to let his ass know, don't fuck with me. So basically, he was like, nah, man, I wouldn't do that because me giving him $1 million, that would destroy him as a player, his career. That would destroy him by me doing that to him. So he said, no, and we don't have $1 million budget at this school. So that's what he was saying.
And I think I see more to it. He want to be if I'm not wrong, he want to be the face and the classiest organization of how to do business with other big schools, being an all-black school. Because I think it's an all-black school, right?
Yeah.
Or it's a lower tier school. I don't know what school is.
HB College.
But overall, Deion handled it with class, though, like Deion does. Deion put him in his place and handled it with class.
It's Deion Sanders. Like, who don't want to play with Deion Sanders? Like, come on, man. Why you think Deion gotta pay somebody? It's Deion. Like, who wouldn't want to play with Deion Sanders? One of the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. But like I said, I think like you guys said, Saban knows, like, that gap is thin to where playoffs aren't guaranteed no more, because he's barely, he's barely making some of these playoffs. But I mean, the SEC, I mean, that is, the best conference in college football, but it's just competitive. Now you got Texas A&M in there, and they're taking off. And like they said, that name, image, and likeness helps even that playing field, especially right there, at the top of the top. Because then it's like, oh well, let's talk about we give you $2 million right here if that's what you're into.
I mean, me personally about the SEC, I think the SEC is like tops, not because of their skill players, because they win in the trenches. They got some of the biggest offensive linemen. They got some of the biggest defensive linemen, and I think that's why they win. That's why they tops. I don't think it's because they wide receivers, their quarterbacks, and all this is just too phenomenal. I think because of the trenches, the big dogs down there in the dirt. That's what keeps the SEC on top.
That's true, but from what I've seen in my limited college viewing career, a good quarterback will blow that up, though.
Sure.
Like Joe Burrow won a couple years ago. Of course, how I started watching college football, Michael Vick used to tear that shit up. It don't matter how big your line is, you got a next level quarterback, you're gonna tear it up.
I mean, like we played Bama like not too long ago. I forgot when that was.
Who's
We had a good quarterback, but we was lighting their ass in the trenches. They fucked us up in Dallas, in the Dallas where the Cowboys play. They fucked us up. We came out balling. But shit, when they went back, everything calmed down, and they started running that ball and hitting us with these blitzes. And they was tossing us around like rag dolls, man. It was crazy.
That's what I was hoping to play in the playoffs. But nah, we got Georgia. Nah, like that was it. Georgia fucked Michigan up.
Yeah.
That's like when you see like really, how good these schools are when your school plays one of them. It's like, damn, they beat the shit out of us. Like they like Georgia beat Michigan and like they didn't even break a sweat. Like, they were like, damn, this is ugly.
What y'all
Like,
think
you see
about
the talent gap is big.
What do you think about all them LSU players going to the Saints now? Think that's going to affect anything?
with the latest being Odell Beckham Jr.?
Odell Beckham, Landry, Honey Badger, and I think somebody else went.
Who they got Winston throwing the ball?
Yeah, Winston throwing the ball.
I'm like, they better have fun and enjoy this summer because it ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think the Bucks still got Tom Brady and they're over there. Yeah.
I mean, now, don't get me wrong, their defense is good enough for them to make a wild card if Jameis is healthy. Like, even I'll give it to him. Like, if Jameis could manage you the game, they'll be good enough to contend with Tampa for the division just because of that defense alone. But I mean, we're talking about Jameis Winston. So it's like Jameis Winston got drafted a long time ago and people have been waiting on Jameis Winston. So,
we'll find out. Yeah, that's all I can say. With the same wide receiver
growth you had how long ago was the crab legs? Like 8, 10 years ago almost?
It had to be at least 10, 12 years ago with the crab legs. Yeah.
It's like Jameis has been around for a minute.
They got some speed on wide receiver though. That dude from Ohio State, and then they already had another guy that could take the top off.
I like their wide receivers. They got like dig route Michael Thomas. Like I like their wide receivers. Like, but it's just in the end,
what are they gonna do with Thomas? If you got Landry and Odell Beckham Jr.
Thomas might as well go ahead on and play, get over that shit, and just play. Fuck it.
Yeah, like, I mean, their receiving core is nasty, but I don't know what I thought they were going to cut Michael Thomas or trade him, like, during the draft or before the draft or free agency, but I guess they like, nah, man, like.
Well, his market more valuable now than AJ Brown and once he got paid money and fucking Dante Adams was really fucked up the wide receiver market. He got his money, but it's well deserved.
Don't they got a new coach, the Saints?
Yeah, I think they promoted their defensive coordinator. I think.
Oh, that cheating ass nigga Greg Williams. I think it's Greg Williams.
Oh, that what's his name? Dude's name Allen, I think, or something like that.
It's not that dude to be like hit him in the kneecap. You don't
No,
know. Yeah. Bounty, the bounty hunter.
I
Yeah, it took,
I could be wrong off the top of my head because I'm trying to think. Like I can't see. I thought it was like they promoted somebody.
I think it took a Super Bowl from a motherfucker.
He was like, I got that bounty, and they was like, yeah. I mean, you motivate people however you gonna motivate them.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But somebody was snitching though, like, hey, yeah, I got paid to knock that fool out.
I think Michael Thomas would be valuable just because of his big body, his catch radius. You know what I mean? I mean that dig route he got. That's damn near unstoppable, man. Like they were working that to death. That's
They
all.
were,
He only runs like 2 routes. He either runs like a cross or he just runs like that up and back, like that dig. Like that's it.
but he's
But that
fucking.
dig is like
Yeah,
he's so big, he just box you out. That's it. He
just catch
just
it like that. Yeah, like,
yeah.
That's that
That's
Michael.
why
That's that Michael Irvin effect.
him and Drew Brees connected that like 100 times in one season.
Michael Irvin perfected that for the
well,
Cowboys.
every time I think about like just good players, I think about my Niners, and I'm like, oh man, hurry up and get Trey Lance or just shine a little bit so we can get rid of Jimmy G.
That tight end y'all got ranting and raving about him.
Oh yeah, I seen that the other day. Well, that's his job though.
Yeah.
My boy Stone Kittle's job.
Yeah, like it, I mean that you know what I'm saying is like that's cool, but it's also like I mean, well, what else he's supposed to say? But like I said, Trey Lance will be out there in August, so hopefully we'll see like what's what. Which I don't think they're even gonna show that much. I don't even think he's gonna. I think it's gonna be one of those. He's probably not gonna play much until like maybe the second game. Because I was gonna say the third game, but I forgot they only have 3 games now.
Oh yeah. No, I played the second game, and then even then it'd be really vanilla or something. I don't know. Like I said, either they hit big. Like I can't say Lynch either hits big or he's not. You think he's 50-50 on the draft picks? Like either they're going to be solid, great players, or they bust.
The guys he drafted, I couldn't really even like that's that this year. The Niners drafted a lot of prospects I didn't watch. Like they drafted some linemen from like some small schools, like some Division II schools. So it was like I don't really watch Division II football like that.
But
The
just
running
their
backs
track record, though, would you say, going off his track record, would you say that overall he's 50-50? Like, is he either he going to hit or he just going to be like, what the fuck were you thinking?
That's for anybody though.
I mean, to a certain extent, you got like the Ravens that don't miss damn near. And you got like people like, I don't know, the Browns, they constantly miss. So,
I would say the Browns constantly miss. They got some ballers over there. They just had a fucked up organization.
I mean, minus Garrett, like I can't think of and that big ass was Staley, not Staley, their offensive line. Like I can't remember somebody they drafted that turned out to be.
Got that running back. I forgot his name. 24.
Chubb.
They drafted that dude Ward, that the highest paid corner in the league right now. Peppers, he was good.
I guess that is with everybody, but the Niners, man, you talking about cornerback? Oh man, that was the weakest link.
Hey, Cleveland going to the playoffs. I told you, Brown fans, be ready. You know what I'm saying? Cleveland, the dog pound better get ready. They going back to the playoffs. Put your money in.
Don't tease them yet. Don't tease them yet. We got time. But
they ran the raving about this offense over there in Minnesota. So far, I'm excited. I'm hella excited about this new offense. We didn't even really. We just need a couple of back. We needed depth at corner. Probably a corner. That's probably all we need. And I think this dude like Clinton Booth Jr. He's pretty good. He's gonna come in and fill that spot. But when we got the coaching staff, that completed the offseason for me. That's all we needed. We needed to get Zimmer 1960 ass up out of there.
How many games y'all won last year?
This ain't the 85 Bears. You know what I'm saying? You can't play that no more. Niggas is running 4 wide receiver sets and shit. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna blow that defense out the water, bro. So now we got a fresh off a Super Bowl champion, offensive minded coach. I'm excited about this.
Man, fuck that Super Bowl, man. But I mean, they won it. I mean,
Like, I'm not mad about like the positions John Lynch drafted, but it's just like they're just filled by people like Womack. I think believe out of was he out of Toledo? I forgot what it is, but that slot corner he drafted, Womack, he looks good. He looks like, he looks like, he'll be a productive slot corner. But it's like I didn't watch him. It's like Tariq Castro Fields. Like I watched him, and I was hoping we did draft him because I remember I was like Tariq Castro Fields is cool. Drake, the guy from USC. Now that's the one guy I probably did see.
yeah.
And he seems like he can, in time, give some help to the other side. Maybe replace D Ford, because they got to cut D Ford.
Well,
But
he's
maybe,
not out there
he'll
all
be
the time,
in
but
rotation to try to win the starting job on the other side.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, at this point, all you can do is be hopeful. I know you over there hopeful, Chris, as well too. You still got my boy Kirk Cousins. How many games y'all win last year?
8.
So this is what I want to tell the Vikings fans out there that listen to this show.
Lost like
Y'all
5.
can't win a division when Aaron Rodgers supposedly got nobody to throw the ball to. And I can't think of the quarterback in Chicago. It was his second or third year. And you got Jared Goff in Detroit. If y'all can't win the division, then I don't know what to tell y'all.
All I gotta say is Aaron Rodgers, brother. Relax. that's all
A Minnesota Viking fan is RELAX.
The nigga won like 2 MVPs in a row. Like the dude is bad, man. When you doubt that motherfucker, that's when he busts your ass.
Hey, but both MVPs, correct me if I'm wrong, he ran into us in the playoffs.
I just said the fact motherfucker's good, man. Motherfucker is bad, man.
Like I said,
one of our receivers is gonna go to the Pro Bowl. Trust me.
Yeah, because when they say, when they say don't doubt him, that doesn't apply to me. Because anybody who knows me gets those messages. I'll be the first one. Like, please let me play the Packers. Please let me play Aaron Rodgers. That motherfucker ain't shit, and the Niners continue to beat him.
As far as the Niners, but during the season, we play him twice a year. I respect that nigga.
Oh yeah, he's great though. I mean, I'm just saying, like the Niners defense and what they do just has his number as.
Without Dante Adams, he wouldn't have won that Monday night game last year, and he don't got Dante Adams, so it's another big weapon took it away from that dude. So fuck that dude. But he's great. But fuck that dude.
But but everybody, I hope you guys like this show. You know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe. We'll update you guys up in the next week about the sports and the latest and greatest. Like always, 209 Tiger, wishing y'all a safe week. I'm out.
Lots of blessings out there to y'all. Be safe in that heat. Like and subscribe, like Carl said. Y'all have a good summer.
Yes, sir. Y'all